as I mentioned, we have 3 individuals that we want to really recognize their service to Acacia in a really ongoing fashion. And the first of those is Brandon Brunner. I'm going to let you sit down because I'm going to say a few things. I have some others that will share more. Brandon is awarded the Order of Pythagoras, which is a national order that Acacia Fraternity gives out, and it's awarded by headquarters. It was established in 1962, and it recognizes the contributions to Acacia Fraternity serving beyond the ordinary call of duty. And we have seen Brandon grow from a shaggy-haired freshman with hair that was almost to his shoulders to the clean-cut professional that we have today. He is incredibly seasoned. He is an excellent and well-rounded leader. I've worked with him for multiple years on multiple projects, and it's always a joy to have Brandon on the team. He is an exceptional team player, and we're just really excited to be able to honor him in this way. The things I enjoy most about Brandon are being able to see his communication style. He is an excellent communicator with all kinds of bulleted notes that he'll send out repeated in multiple emails. He's very organized in that way. He's excellent at drawing in team members, making sure that everyone has got their tasks done on time, and making sure that we're all up to his level of expectation. He's very reflective. He can overcome any level of limitation. He's responsive, and he's very creative. One of the specific things that I want to share about is that Brandon was instrumental in our Cornerstone program. This is taking leadership to the next level with our members and really tracking the success for each semester that we have for our students in Acacia to be able to really track their growth. And we want Acacia to be something that you can bet on. We want it to be an absolute guarantee that when our members graduate, when they finish, that we can show how they've grown in the leadership world. And Brandon was instrumental in tracking that with our Cornerstone program. So I'm going to introduce Garrett and Chris to share a little bit more for Brandon's Order of Pythagoras.
All right, my name is Chris Weasel. I'm a 2009 initiate.
My name is Garrett Kennedy. I am a junior in agronomy. I served as venerable dean the year after Brandon, and Chris served the year before.
And Brandon and I were in the same initiation class, and I had the opportunity to watch him grow as a person, as an Acacian, and as a leader. And I think back on all the times that he did so much for our house, and I think it really began when he was senior dean. The first big project he headed up was our first casino night that we were trying to do for a long time. And I remember sectioning, we were roommates at the time, and I remember sectioning off about half of our room for the storage of as much green felt as you could think of, and lights and the fancy dealer's hats and playing cards. I looked at Brandon and was like, you think all this stuff is really necessary? And he looks at me and he grins and he says, just wait till the poker chips get here. And sure enough, about a week later, we got a tub of thousands of poker chips in our room, and you could tell he was crossing his T's and dotting his I's. And 3 or 4 years later, we're still doing the casino night the way that he did it. So you could see the passion come through. He was also very instrumental in chapter and member development. He revitalized a core program to bring in speakers, to talk about leadership that was really in desperate need of attention. And he developed a new member education supplement that was recognized by our internationals before we had even implemented it after he revised the entire program. So I think internationals started to take to heart the stuff that he was doing here at Acacia at our chapter, and that's kind of where Garrett comes in.
Yeah, so we kind of, before we talk about his last year and the roles that he shared, I kind of want to paint the picture of what he's been doing, not only in the house, but also outside the house and the different roles that he's had there. Brandon is a electrical engineering and mathematics major. He's getting a minor in physics. He has a 3.71 GPA, so smart cookie too. Not only is he been involved in the house, but he was actually awarded the in 2011 as the Kansas State Greek President of the Year. He's the president of the Engineering Student Council, chairman of Senate Student and Allocations Committee. He coordinated the Freshman Leadership Council. The list goes on. He was past vice president and current president of the National Association of Engineering Student Councils. He's a Concord Phillips Spirit Scholar. Again, we could go on and on, but one of the main things we want to talk about is that undergraduate Cornerstones work that he's done there. I had the privilege of speaking with Patrick McGovern yesterday. He's one of the membership development directors of the International Fraternity out of Indianapolis. And I just want to kind of talk to him and see what his perspective was. Again, the Cornerstones, as Lucas kind of talked about, is a 57-page document that kind of goes through and paints it. It tries to develop you as a member and as a man for time here in the house. And this is what Patrick had to say about it. He says, Patrick is a single undergraduate that I've worked with in the past 6 years that gets it the most. It comes to the Cornerstones program and how it contributes to a well-run chapter. His passion and dedication to the advancement of Acacia fraternity and its ideals will always have a strong ripple effect in our brotherhood for the years to come, in ways that Brandon probably can't imagine right now. His work in assembling and leading the undergraduate Cornerstones task force, composed of members from 7 different chapters, along with his active participation in ALA and Conclave, have proven that he understands that Acacia is larger than any one single chapter. His model for leadership is an inspiration to me personally. To be honest, there have been many times that I've recognized that his fraternity IQ is far better than my own. We are all blessed to call Brandon a brother, and I'm hopeful for his continued participation in achieving our vision of preparing tomorrow's leaders.
So Brandon, on behalf of the International Council and the Acacia Board of Directors and all the other brothers of our chapter that's won this award, I am happy and excited to present to you the Order of Pythagoras. Come up here, dude.
Short comments. Yeah, the joke there is short. Gosh, I don't know what to say. I mean, firstly, they talk about all these things that, I did, and none of those were possible without the brotherhood that we have here. I mean, I'm getting this award now, but 2 years ago, Chris got it before me, and every bit, if not more, deserving. Talking about the casino night, those of you that were in the house like a couple of years ago remember Josh Romerman. I was dotting T's and crossing I's. That's not the case. Josh was crossing my T's and dotting my I's. He was like that nitpicker, and I'm like the vision guy. And so none of this is possible without brotherhood. And I guess where that brings me is I really want to reflect more on Acacia's 3 core values that we already talked a little bit about, and it's growth, brotherhood, and service. Talk a little bit about brotherhood. When it comes to service, that is the single most undervalued value that we have in society today. More and more people are looking to themselves and not to others. More and more people don't consider the needs of other people. And what I love, and I've always loved about Acacia fraternity, is that we instill that as quickly as we can in our new members. And I always try to make them think about what are the needs of others first. Because if you worry about your own needs, if you want yours to be met, the quickest way to ensure that they will actually be met and not just on a surface level is to meet the needs of others first. And so that's service. And then with growth, one thing that has always inspired me about Acacia is that we're never satisfied. We're always looking at our processes, always looking at our constitution and bylaws, always trying to find a better way to do things. I think back to Conclave, like literally within 30 minutes of us winning the Malcolm, we were all sitting around on a couch talking about how we can improve our social atmosphere and how we can improve young men education and things like that. Like within 30 minutes of being named the best chapter, like we weren't satisfied immediately. We were like, how can we make this better? And that is an incredibly inspiring atmosphere to be around. And so the things that I've accomplished aren't because of me, they're because of the atmosphere that the values of this fraternity foster and the brotherhood that I've been incredibly blessed to participate in. So thank you very much for the award.